Hey there and welcome to the Virtual Cafe Studio for coffee convos about business finances. I'm your host Kerry Zarb and I am the Money Barista. Together with Kim White, we bring you the casual feel of topics about finances every week. Step inside the Virtual Cafe and discover how simple your business finances can be. What are we waiting for? Come on, let's go. It's coffee time. Welcome back, Kim.
Hey, Kerry. I'm so glad to be with you again.
Me too. It feels like forever since we were in the virtual cafe and it's only been a week again.
We don't like it being a week apart, do we, Kerry?
Nah, it's too long. It really is. We'll have to work on that.
Well, Kerry, I have another question for you from a listener. Are you ready for a spicy question, Kerry?
I am. Am I sitting down? Yes.
So the listener asked, during the holiday season, how do I watch what I spend but still get all the things I want during the holidays?
I don't know if I'm the best person to ask this question, Kim.
Sure you are, Kerry.
Okay, so this one is a bit of a loaded question, Kim. I'm going to say that this could get really spicy because I almost want to respond with guard the beans, guard all the beans, pack them away and lock them up and keep them safe for the silly season because this is the spending season. We are in the peak of it right now. I'm sure there's people out there that have shopped all through November. I'm sure there's people out there that took advantage of all the Black Friday sales and all the Cyber Monday sales and all the craziness that happened, and they've stashed all this stuff for this particular season. So I know they're out there listening. Thank you for being here, by the way. However, there's others like me that get to the 19th, 20th and 21st, 22nd and 23rd of December and go, I've got to buy things. Oh dear, there's presents to buy. However, then there's, the business beans obligations, which is what we always talk about as well. So Kim, I think you've actually stumped me on this one. I think this is a little bit trickier because I'm stuck right now, and this is where we can get stuck in our business, is because we hop into spend mode personally for the gifts and the silly season. We've got to go to the shops, we've got to get all the presents, got to buy the food, we're planning to have people over, or we're going somewhere and taking a plate or 10. All those kind of things can seep into us and our biz beans because we're being frivolous over here, and then we've got to be careful over here. So, red flags, Kim. Red flags. It's like danger warning bells, everything. All the alarms are going off in my head. And then there's the time off. Then there's the potential void of income in our business that we're faced with as well. We need a plan, Kim. We definitely need a plan to see us through the silly season, both personally and in business.
So, Kerry, I want to confess something that I have been like during the silly season, as you call it. And that is, I have had this, I'm going to call it a mindset of all or nothing. I get into this space of, the tightwad, the I'm not going to spend anything. And then I get this last minute urge to, I don't even care. It doesn't matter anyway. And then I go and spend way too much instead of just coming to a place of, going in the middle somewhere. I can spend a little, but I don't have to spend everything. I feel like that there is a place in there, Kerry, that you can speak to, because I think a lot of people are like that. I hear other people say those things. And if you're not like that, I'm so happy for you, like that you're not. But I'm just saying, I think that causes problems for me.
I think I was, and probably still, susceptible to being one of those people, Kim, because I personally think in the business sense that we're in right now, like we're on the cusp, we're really in the final days of getting everything prepared and getting, again, all the presents, all the food, all the things. And it's easy to open the boom gates, open the floodgates, and suddenly open our wallets or our digital devices and our plastic cards and all the things and go a little bit cray-cray. And then in a week or two or even a month after the fact, when you get your credit card statement for those that have credit cards, then comes the faceplant moment. Then comes even sometimes elements of regret of the spending. And we had a great time and people were happy and all the things. There was so much joy during that period. We felt good. In 2022, I started sharing a special tool out to the universe that has since saved users over $116,000. I'm Kerry Zarb, the Money Barista, and I know what it feels like to find random charges on your bank or credit card statement. If you want to get in control of your recurring payments, then the Money Barista Savings Tool is the free step for you. I host a live tour of the Savings Tool every quarter, and it's completely free for you to attend and get this amazing tool. Come and hang out with me and others in the virtual cafe for your free demo so that you can find those nasty charges and start saving money. Head over to kerryzarb.com/savings to register for the next live tour. And while you're there, grab your free and private copy of the Money Barista Savings Tool so that you can get started on saving money today. We feel really good spending money as humans. It feels great, but we want to avoid that regret. We want to avoid that overspend. I guess the part that we didn't have in our, and I hate this word, Kim, it wasn't in the budget. It was not in our budget to go that far and do all of those things. So we do need to find a happy middle. We do need to find, and you know what? We really come down to knowing the beans before we begin. It does come down to a little bit of planning and just maybe we need to have a little conversation before we jump in the car and we hit the shops and we go out and do all the things. What's our limit? Where are we going to stop? Where's that point for me? And everyone's going to be different, 100%, but where is that point for me where I can avoid the regret and I can avoid the overspending, and then I can avoid the stress that comes with that, going, where am I going to get that from now, and how am I going to make it through this, and what about that, and all the yeah.
I almost feel like, Carrie, this is the time of year that marketing is so much around us. Everybody is putting pressure from every side for, you've got to have this if you're a cool kid, and you've got to have that if you are a good parent, and you've got to have this if you are a good business owner, and you've got to have this. Like, I think there's just so much pressure, Carrie.
There is, Kim. The marketing and advertising, we saw it on Black Friday, we saw it on Cyber Monday. It's still going. Some of those sales are still going. They're still called Black Friday. They're still called Cyber Monday. I think they're mostly wrapped up now, but some of the retailers, I'll call them, have latched onto it and are still going. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's a hype or a buzz or a thing, and is there a trick to the marketing? But there's so much that's coming at us, whether it's hopping into your inbox, across your social media. I don't know about you, Kim, but I can't scroll on social media for 5 seconds without getting an ad for something. And as business owners, we get fed more and more of that stuff on social media. Kim, I know that you love Your Remarkable, and I know how good Your Remarkable is. Now that I've said that word 2 times, they're back. They're going to be back now, because that's all I get every time you and I have a conversation. And I appreciate the tool. I don't necessarily want one yet. However, I keep getting it on my social media because you and I speak about it all the time. So when you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, and you're having those conversations, they're listening. And that'll be the next ad that I'll get when I go back over to one of the platforms. And I'm okay with that. I'll tell it no thanks again and again. But they keep coming, Kim. And sometimes things pop up that we don't even have conversations about because, I don't know, some algorithm decided that we are in the basket of the sponsored for the thing because someone's ad dad has a wider net or whatever's going on, you can't escape the marketing, Kim. And you're right, these things are enticing. There's a lot of marketing pressure going on about having all the toys, all the tools, all the things, because, it doesn't matter if you're bursting at the seams with all the things you haven't used. Just get some more. Just, here, have some more. Have some more.
And let's just say this for the record, Carrie, because we're not associated with the Remarkable. I just love mine because it has no distractions on. It is simply a tool that I use for business that I can write notes on that goes into the computer, but I don't get any notifications. There's nothing on there. No email, no socials, no anything. And that's what makes it powerful for me because obviously, Carrie, I'm very susceptible to the marketing.
I love that, Kim. And if anyone tuning in does know anyone at Remarkable and happens to want to sponsor this show or our other show, we will have a conversation.
I love it, Carrie.
But Kim, you're right. And I remember saying to you when you got that tool, but it only does that one thing. I was confused until you explained it to me, because I'm over here going, wait, I want all the bells and whistles. I want all the options with browsing and the shopping. And I'm one of those people. But once you explained it, Kim, it did make perfect sense. And again, I say, not yet for me, but I feel it may be in my future.
Well, and it took me months to decide, Carrie, that was the one. So I will say that too. I didn't make that decision lightly because, Carrie, I am working very hard to be accountable. I'm working very hard to make you happy in the virtual cafe. So if I would have just gone out and done it, I would have had to have told you, and that would have not been fun. So...
Oh, Kim, we have fun in all of our conversations, even if it is a confession of spending.
It's true, Carrie. It's true. Do you have something to share with us today about the other kind of beans? We've been talking money beans, but do you have something to share about the coffee beans today?
I do, Kim. And for anyone that tuned into last week's episode where I spoke about the Americano and how, no, I'm out because it's black, there's no milk, all the things, today I'm going to bring some milk to the table, Kim, because there happens to be another type of coffee that you may have heard of. It's called a macchiato.
Ooh, Carrie.
This one is more to my liking because a macchiato is actually a shot of espresso with a dollop of milk.
Ooh.
So this thing, now everybody make sure you're sitting down if you're going on this journey, because this is going to be strong. This is a fully fledged shot of straight espresso with a dollop, and I'm talking a dollop of milk. So Kerry's going to get her moo juice. She's going to be completely fulfilled here. However, I feel, Kim, I may bounce off the walls because you've seen me when I have had a couple too many coffees, and there's days where Kerry will have 4 coffees. I've had 5. Yep. And then I'll have a Coke, then I might have an affogato, or I might have my cinnamon donuts with my coffee ice cream. You've seen this, Kim. So can you even imagine Kerry and a macchiato?
Thinking you need to pass on that one, Carrie, but it sounds really good.
I think I'm going to try it.
I knew you would say that.
I think I'm going to challenge myself to try a macchiato, and you know what? Maybe next week. Actually, yeah, that's good timing, Kim. We're coming into the holiday period. I can bounce off the walls and maybe not impact the world. So this could be a good test period for Kerry to try a macchiato and report back. What do you think?
Did we say, sorry, boss?
Maybe it should be the first coffee I have for the day, Kim, so we can see what the reaction is before we have 4 more, and maybe just, let the beans settle. Maybe that's what we'll do.
I love it, Carrie. You love it, love it. Well, I'm just going to say to the listeners, Carrie, if anyone has any coffee suggestions, definitely send them to Carrie because she is always on the hunt for the best coffee.
Correct, and you've heard it here, and last week I'll try anything except with no milk.
I love it.
Well, Kim, thank you for hanging out in the virtual cafe once again, and I will see you next week.
I can't wait, Carrie. See you then.
Bye, Kim. Thank you for joining us in the virtual cafe studio for this convo about business finances. This production is brought to you by the money barista, Kerry Zarb. You can follow the show to be notified of future episodes, and if you're enjoying this podcast, we encourage you to leave a rating or personal review. Until next time, happy biz beans to you. No beans were harmed during the production of this podcast. Information contained in this podcast should be taken as general advice only, and your personal circumstances have not been taken into account. It is recommended that you seek financial advice from a professional who is licensed to do so. If you choose to act upon the general advice shared, you do so at your own risk.